David Enniss is one of our model employees.
David understands the importance of connecting with nonprofit and community groups.
He cares about the people who are out there who are challenged.
The City of Atlanta Department of Watershed Management celebrates wave makers, employees making a difference at work and in the community. David Enniss began his career with the City of Atlanta in August 2012 as Watershed Manager. He manages the Small Business Development Program with Susan Ross and Marlene Coleman. His team organizes extensive annual training programs for contractors who want to expand and compete for city contracts.
We do two main things. We have a vendor development program where we assist minority and female and small businesses in learning how to do business with the City of Atlanta. And in that we're helping small businesses develop the skills and capacity to do work on our major projects. And the other thing we do is the Open Records program. David particularly specializes in assisting people with their past billing.
We receive requests from all kinds of people who want access to data on water accounts, commercial and private, and it requires some research to comply with those. Recently begun expanding on that knowledge by learning different software programs that assist in the data collection and the research and how it gets reported out.
In addition, David is the department's liaison to the Atlanta Better Buildings Challenge. This federal program encourages and promotes energy efficiency in commercial buildings.
The work with sustainability and the Better Buildings Challenge is something that's very important to me personally. I really do believe that we are stewards of our environment, that we're all put here with a responsibility to leave the world as a better place than we found it. Energy consumption, efficiency, water management, the management of those limited resources is critically important to the world today and to the world we leave behind us. And I have a great deal of pride in being a part of making that a better place here in Atlanta.
The Better Buildings Challenge is a great example of how David can forge alliances externally and internally. Better Buildings Challenge is a public-private partnership whereby the city works with private building owners to encourage them to voluntarily commit to reducing their energy and water consumption 20% by 2020. So David has been a part of that effort and has worked closely with my team at sustainability and making sure we are #1 in the country for square footage in the Better Buildings Challenge.
The Department of Watershed Management isn't the only place where David addresses environmental issues and community development. When we return, David will talk about his missionary work with his church, including a recent trip to help the people in Haiti.
Across America, millions of people spend considerable time and money caring for their lawns. What most people don't know is when they water their lawns, they are using their domestic meter and are paying unnecessary sewer charges. Many residential and commercial customers have invested in irrigation systems that have separate meters to record usage. Irrigation meters, which are used for sprinkler systems, as well as filling a hot tub or a pool and/or maintaining an ornamental pond, do not incur sewer charges since the water used is not returned to the sewer system. If you don't have an irrigation meter, the water you are using is measured by your domestic meter and flows through your domestic water line. This will significantly increase your bill since domestic meters bill for water and sewer. Irrigation meters are not inexpensive, but if you water your lawn twice a week, they can pay for themselves quickly. For more information on purchasing an irrigation meter and water conservation, please call 311. You can also access our website at atlantawatershed.org or follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at ATL Watershed.
A native of Decatur, David has been worshiping at Central Presbyterian Church on Washington Street for over 50 years, and where his father once served as senior pastor.
David has been a stalwart member of Central Presbyterian Church. I mean, he's a pillar of the church. And it would have been easy for him to leave when his father left. And that is often the case when ministers leave, the kids move on as well. But David, he has stayed connected to the church and is active in the church, and that says a lot about the church and about who David is.
Central Presbyterian is more than just a place of worship, as they partner with the Church of St.PHILIP and St. Jacques in Trujac, Haiti.
So when Central joined the partnership in 2011, 2012, one of the things we've really been trying to do is to get members to travel to La Gonâve and to really meet the people that live on the island.
The opportunity to go to Haiti on a mission trip from my church was very exciting for me. I had spent 2.5 years in Africa as a Peace Corps volunteer, and I wanted to be able to see and experience another culture, in this case in the Caribbean. The work there is very important. We are part of a partnership working in 10 different villages on separate projects. Our part of that partnership is to build a church for the community of Trujac.
As an active member of the La Gonâve Haiti Partnership, David works with the organization to be a ministry of presence, fostering sustainable relationships and community development. This includes supporting nutrition, education, health initiatives, and the construction of a church building.
In this case, a church for them represents a lot more than just a place of worship, but an extension of their school, a community center, and a place for a variety of other activities to take place.
Thanks to generous donations from the church's global mission budget, individual donors, and partner churches, Central Presbyterian is within $10,000 of their $90,000 goal to help with the construction of the church in Haiti. David also provided an analysis of the infrastructure that provides water to the village.
The folks at the WISH Foundation, the West Indies Self-Help Foundation, manage and operate that municipal water system for Anse-Galais, and they told us that they're able to do that for the total cost of about $60,000 for a year, which is pretty amazing when you recognize all that goes into operating a municipal water system, even for a relatively small community. It's still 60 to 80,000 people in 15 public fountains around the entire town. And they do it at no charge to the community, but for a net cost of only about $60,000 a year. There's no single thing that you can do for the sustainability of a community than to provide a safe and stable source of water.
When people go to Haiti, they tend to have a passion or interest that they really want to focus on when they were there. And so it was really, David was the only one in the group that really wanted to look at water and focus on water. And I really had never been down in 7 times, the 7th time I was going now, with somebody who really had that passion or that focus. We've had architects, we've had structural engineers, we've had educators, we've had nurses, we've had doctors, but we've not had anybody who was really focusing on the water issue.
He had studied and communicated with several people from Watershed here to say, what are some of the questions I can ask? What are some of the things that I should look at that the people of Haiti are challenged with their water supply? And he did go to one of the facilities there and learned a lot more about what their challenges were.
We use water every day and our lives depend on it. Whenever we turn on the faucet, water flows out immediately. There are many ways to save water, like turning off the faucet, attaching a nozzle to your garden hose, or taking shorter showers. You may think making these small changes won't make a difference, but if everybody works together, then those small changes add up and become big changes. So, save a drop, it's worth a lot.
David is the kind of family man that you only think about in your dreams. He is just there all the time and very caring. He's the kind of person that thinks about you even before he thinks about himself. He watches and pays attention to everything that's going on in our family all the time. David is a compassionate person. David knows unconditional love. David introduced me to unconditional love. David is the person who's always going to be there when he commits to anything.
David's dedication and compassionate work, as well as with his church to improve community development, makes him a wave maker.
He's just a critical asset to the church. And like I said, he's been involved here for years when he didn't need to be.
He's got an excellent work ethic and has a genuine concern for people. So we're very pleased to have him as part of our team in vendor development and open records.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Visit our website, atlantawatershed.org, or visit us on our social media pages at ATL Watershed.